Hey, it's Rick Harmon from closeprobate.com, and I want to tell you that sometimes the buyout is the best way to avoid a workout, and the workout is the last straw that happens before you have what's called litigation. So here's how it works. A simple matter is you and another heir or beneficiary in this probate estate or trust are trying to figure out a way how to split the pie. One person wants to keep the property, another one wants the cash. So if you can't get a loan from a bank, and you can't, not until the close of probate, what we do is we'll make a loan to the estate or to the trust as an entity so that you can provide enough cash, at least for now, to get the essentials done. Now, depending on the property and the time this is done, you may not be able to pull half, but you may be able to get something close, or at least not be able to have enough liquidity to make the movement that you need to do to resolve some kind of an agreement. But it's important you do have that agreement done, early on. So here's how you might do this. You deal with a property. Let's say it's a $500,000 property, and you've got some debts on the property, some small liens, some back taxes. You figure out how much is owed there. You take that off the top. You also remove the value of the attorney fees if there are. Maybe there's a tiny mortgage on the property, maybe something else. From that number, you're going to have is essentially what's going to be the net value of the equity of the property as it might be today. We typically do an appraisal of the property to determine what the snapshot value, as is the property, whether it needs work or not, exactly what's going on, and then we use that number so now you have an established base. From that, and you apply your fractions. If you've got somebody who is entitled to 1/2, well, now you figure out a way you're going to give them 1/2 of the value of that property. If you're the one who's receiving 1/5 of the property and you're trying to buy out people with 4/5 of the property, this isn't going to work. It's not for you. You're going to unfortunately have to be a seller, because what's going to happen is there's not enough equity in the property to make this fit. But what we can do is we can actually refer you to some qualified real estate agents if that's the case. But focusing on solutions here, if you want to keep the property, and if your inheritance is at least 1/2 or more, and the property values up there sufficiently, and the total debts or the liens on the property are low enough, we may be able to make a loan to the estate. It does not involve your credit and your income and all that. It's going to be involving the equity of the property and your ability to have your name on the paperwork and have the approval and agreements with the other parties.